Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. I'm working on a single page layout here from some butterfly photos from when I was in Cincy, and I have one empty pocket. I would really like, if possible, to find something from my DIY embellishments to use because I have all them sitting there. I would like to actually start using some of them, more of them anyway. So I want to make that priority number one. If I'm not able to find anything in there, then that's fine. I have plenty of cards, in my travel stash that I can pull out, but I'd really prefer to make one for this. And then I'm thinking, because that's in this corner, opposite of that, I can find something for down here because there's a lot of dead space. Obviously the butterfly is the focus, but I could put some kind of phrase or embellishment or something down here. That might be all I need for this one. It's pretty simple, but I do want it to be fun and jazz it up a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Well, luckily I did find something in my stash of DIY embellishments here. I found this one. And it just says getaway today, but it definitely was a getaway. We filled our last day of our trip with multiple things, actually, because we didn't leave until the evening. So we were able to cram in some stuff on that last day. Grateful for that. And this really matches what I've got going on here. This color in her shirt, I've got the goldish color in the butterflies here, and then brown obviously is on both of these. Plus this, I think it's kind of a perfect match. My only concern is, what do I use as the background? I'm thinking maybe a gray because I had a gray shirt on and gray is a neutral. And so it, in theory, should match. I think I want something with a little bit of a pattern though. There are two patterns on here already. I've got polka dots in the brown. I've got stripes in the yellow. But I think if I found the right pattern and it was subtle enough that that would be okay as the background for this. I pulled out a bunch of scraps here in gray and silver tones, and really in everything I had there, this was the only one that I really liked. It's a little bit busier than what I was thinking, but I think maybe it'll be okay because there is, some vegetation you can see in the background. This is what it would look like together. I don't think that's horrible. Definitely, more than what I thought, but I think doable. So I'm going to cut this down and make the card. And if I absolutely hate it, obviously, I can use a solid gray. I can start over and peel this off. I'll be careful with how much adhesive I use on it, but I'm hoping it'll be okay. All right, I put it all together and I like it. I think that works great. I may actually add some ink splattering on there in maybe a goldish yellow color just to make it pop a little bit more, but I do like the base of the card. So I am looking at actually two different splatter options here. I have the Glimmer Mist one, and this is pretty accurate to how it comes out. It's quite a bit lighter. It's more of a yellow than a gold, but I do have my Nuvo Sparkle Spray. This is definitely more of a true gold. And when you look at these, I think they both would probably be fine. I'm just a little worried, like, what's going to show up on that gray? Is this going to be too bold, too much, or is this one better? I may just do a test and see how it looks because I do have like the little scrap here, and maybe that's what I need to decide. Okay, I conducted my test. Here you go. So you can see the left-hand side is the Glimmer Mist, the right-hand side is the Nuvo Sparkle. So this one is definitely lighter, which I knew, but I just wasn't sure how it was going to show up on here. I think this is the way to go. I think this is just a hair lighter and it's enough that it will work better. I feel like this might actually darken the layout a little bit, if that makes sense. So I think this one is the winner. All right, there we have it when it's done, and I'm happy with that. I did get a little bit on here. I didn't cover this up. I thought about it, and then I'm like, no, if some gets on there, it's fine. I did end up getting a little bit on there, and I'm okay with it. I think it's subtle enough. I don't need to try to wipe anything off. It'll be fine. So now I have that done. I have to figure out what I want here. And then do I need anything anywhere else? I'm thinking I don't. but we'll see once I get whatever ends up on this pocket. Once that's there, then I'll know for sure. So I found this little piece of ephemera I want to use. It's not perfectly matched to these, but I feel like it's close enough. I actually like that it's a little bit darker. It kind of just adds some nice contrast, but I don't like it on the photo sitting the way it is. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop this photo down, mat it on white, and then this will be at the bottom. I think that will show up much better and I'll like it more. Okay, I'm gonna end up cutting off quite a bit here. I think what I'm going to do is go to 2 3/4 here. Because 2 1/2 is too much, I think, but 2 3/4, I think that's pretty good. And then I lose all of this part on the bottom, which I don't need. And then I end up with that. I think that's a pretty good size. So this is basically how the card is going to look, but I've decided I do want to do a little splattering on there as well, just in this white portion that's going to show through at the bottom. I don't need it the little bit at the top, but I just feel like maybe that will tie these together more. It'll bring in an extra little bit of that yellow, and I'm excited about that. I've done my splattering, and I just did a bunch kind of halfway up, and then I will cover it up, and whatever, you know, doesn't show because of the photo, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure I had enough, you know, variety of how it's laid out on there before I attach anything, and I think it's good. I have this all put together. I definitely think that splattering was the way to go. I love how this looks now. It's way more dynamic than when I had a full photo and was just going to put this on top. So, you know, sometimes I forget I can cut photos. It's okay. And I like to do something like this because it really livens up the whole thing. It matches better with the card I built over here, I think. So it's all good. And I don't think this one needs anything else. It's pretty basic and simple, but you know what? I like that. That's okay. So here's another one finished for Cincy. Thanks for watching.